Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about today's video. I'm just so excited. So this is my first collaboration video, first and foremost. And secondly, the video is going to be super awesome because we're going to be doing some really amazing things for some pretty deserving little ferrets for the holidays. I am going to just start by saying in this video with me will be Sam from My 4 Ferrets. I'm really excited because she's really cool and I think this is going to be a great video. So for those of you who haven't met her yet, here is Sam from My 4 Ferrets.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this collab! So when you actually reached out to me asking me if I wanted to collaborate on a video or videos, I was so excited because I'm pretty sure that I watched your videos before I even made my YouTube channel, so I thought it was so cool that somebody that I used to watch asked me to be in one of their videos. Also, my hair is blue in this video. It's just a temporary dye I did with my little sister, so you lucky viewers get to see probably one of the only videos that my hair is blue in. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for having me on your channel. I am super excited to collaborate with you.
This video is going to be all about how we can give back and what you can do to help ferrets that are in shelters or ferrets that are in rescues for the holidays, and then also how you can help them throughout the year if you choose to, and the benefits of being able to get a ferret from a rescue versus buying a ferret from the pet store. If you own a ferret from the pet store, just a disclosure here, I have no judgment. All of my ferrets come from the pet store. I love my babies. I'm a lot more educated now than I was when I got them several years ago. However, with that being said, I would not undo my decision. I love them. I may do it differently next time if I were to ever get ferrets in the future. I would absolutely go to a shelter first, and second, I would go to a breeder. However, I can't undo what I have now, and I wouldn't because I love them. So let's just get that out of the way. No judgment to anyone who owns ferrets from a pet store. We love you all just the same. If you're caring for your ferrets and you're doing a good job, that's all you can do, and that's that. So, moving right along, we're just gonna roll it into the video. Let's do it. Okay, you guys, so if you haven't checked out the other collaboration video that Sam and I did together, you're going to want to check that out. You may even want to check it out before you watch this video all the way through. That video is on Sam's channel, and just to re-mention this, her channel name has changed to My 4 Ferrets, so you can find that video on My 4 Ferrets. Basically, in that video, what we discussed was why it's not such a great idea to give animals as Christmas gifts, or just gifts in general, birthdays, any holidays, just why it is not such a great idea to gift someone with a ferret or any other animal. A lot of times what happens is, while that's a great, well-intended gesture, the person receiving that animal may not really want that animal. They may not be able to allowed to keep the animal. They may not be able to financially keep the animal or take care of the animal. There's lots and lots of reasons. Maybe the animal isn't a good fit for their family. Maybe they don't get along with their other pets and their children. Whatever the reason, a lot of times they can't keep that pet. Specifically around Christmas time, at the end of December and the beginning of January is the busiest season for animal shelters. What happens is, following the holidays, pretty quickly thereafter, these people that have received these animals as gifts surrender them to shelters. And the reason for that is they just have come to realize that they cannot care for them, or for whatever reason, they can't keep the animal, and that animal ends up at a shelter. In addition to that, there's lots and lots of animals that are surrendered to shelters just throughout the year anyway, for various other reasons. So just to keep this to ferrets, ferrets are oftentimes surrendered to shelters for a couple of reasons, and they go like this. Either they're old and they have illnesses, and the owner that has them cannot financially afford to care for those illnesses. They can't afford the implants, they can't afford the treatments, they can't afford just the care that comes when ferrets get older and they get sick. Not all ferrets get sick, but a lot of them do, and it can be very expensive. So they end up surrendering their pet to a place who can provide that care. People also surrender ferrets because they weren't socialized properly, and so ultimately they are aggressive to some degree because they were not taught not to be aggressive, because they were caged too long for whatever reason. They end up being little like bitey ferrets because they don't know any better, or they're just aggressive because, like I said, they weren't handled or they weren't taken out of the cage, whatever the reason is, and they end up in shelters. And there's lots and lots of ferret shelters, not just in the United States, but across the world. But So during the holiday season, it's kind of a thing that people do, they give back. And so Sam and I really wanted to give back, and we really wanted to do something special to not only help ferrets that are in shelters, but to also help the shelters with the needs that they have to care for these ferrets. A lot of shelters are nonprofits. They are not making any money. They run off of volunteers, they run off of donations, they run off of fundraisers. Maybe they get a grant here or there. At the end of the day, these shelters are nonprofit and there is really no money being made in them. There is a lot of money that goes out, and that is to care for these animals, whether it's to feed them, their bedding, their medication, their vet bills. I could really go on and on and on, but I won't do that to you. But to make a long story short, this holiday season, Sam and I are going to play Santa to some really cute little ferrets. And we want to take you guys along for that journey. Also, if you are interested in also playing Santa to some ferrets for Christmas, I'm going to leave the links to all of that in the description. And we'll show you guys kind of the process of the ferrets that we picked, how we picked it, a little bit of history on the organization that we are going to do this with, which is called the Ferret Giving Tree. So let's get into the Ferret Giving Tree. It's pretty awesome. It's really exciting. I love it. I have been following this Ferret Giving Tree for a really long time, so I'm super excited to share this with you. And so is Sam. I know she is. We had a blast picking our ferrets, and it's been really cool. So let's look at it. Okay, so we're going to jump over to Google. We're going to type in the Ferret Giving Tree. It's going to probably come right up, and you just click on the link. Once you're there, you will see this screen. It's going to give you lots of information. It's going to tell you how many ferrets need a Santa, how many ferrets have a Santa, how many ferrets unfortunately have crossed the Rainbow Bridge since they were put on the tree this year, and how many ferrets are housed in shelters this year, shelters that are associated with this giving tree. For this giving tree this year in 2020, there are 1,750 ferrets looking for a Santa this year. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the homepage. At this homepage, you'll see there is lots and lots of trees. You can click on each tree. Once you get inside of each tree, there is a group of ferrets. There is pictures of each ferret. If you click on the ferret's picture, it will tell you kind of a backstory, what shelter they're in, what items they need, and just the bits and pieces of information. It's all different. Each shelter is responsible for filling out the information for their ferrets. If a ferret's already taken, it won't have a picture of the ferret. It'll have like a Christmas picture instead. But Sam and I are going to pick our ferrets now. But I'm going to let Sam start. So she's going to explain a little bit more on how many ferrets you can pick and all that good stuff.
There's 37 trees, and only 2 of the trees, I guess all of the ferrets have been like chosen. Oh gosh, I don't even know how I'm going to like pick which tree I want to do. I guess I'm just going to go by like my favorite numbers. So my favorite number is 2. So I'm going to go on tree number 2. There's so many. Okay, I love the name Milo, so I'm gonna click on Milo. Hi everyone, I'm Milo. I'm a 5-year-old deaf Blaze boy. You guys know that I have a soft spot for Blaze Weenie Beans. I'm a 5-year-old deaf Blaze boy. My mommy says I'm such a big goof. I came to live here 1 year ago with my sister Lucy. Well, now I have to do Lucy too, don't I? Of course I do. We were sent here because our old mommy was having health problems and could no longer care for us like she should. I would love anything you would like to send, but my favorite thing is my food, soft toys and blankets, and I especially love the stuff my mommy calls pickled ferret juice, and I would really love a new soft bed and maybe a new cage set for my Ferret Nation cage. Do you guys see this? Do you see this? I'm already like about to start crying. Oh my gosh, I'm literally about to start crying. A new cage set for my Ferret Nation cage. Please send any gifts to. Then I have the address. If you'd like to help any of the other ferrets in the shelter. I cannot even read this because it's making me want to cry. Okay, I already found my first young gentleman named Milo. So obviously I'm going to do his sister Lucy too. Okay, so I picked Milo and Lucy, but now I feel like I want to do all of them. Like Kenai. Hi everyone, I'm Kenai. I'm a 4-year-old stable boy. My mommy says I'm a big troublemaker because I like to run across the room and jump on her. I came to live here 2 years ago with my sister Ezra and my 2 brothers, Coda and Finn. Like, I want to do all of them. We were sent here because our old mommy was moving and couldn't take us with her. I would love anything you would like to send, but my favorite thing is soft toys and blankets. Okay, it's basically the same thing. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, sorry for that little crybaby moment. Oh my gosh, I like cannot control myself with this stuff. I feel so sad just like seeing this. But I am going to choose Milo, Lucy, and Kenai.
So as you can see, picking your ferrets off the tree is both a sad thing and also like a really good feeling at the same time. It's kind of like a jumble of emotions. So I don't know, I completely get it. And I feel the same way. It is like, you just want to save them all and help them all. And it can be like so emotional and it's so like you feel good, but you feel sad at the same time. I get it, Sam. I definitely understand. So I'm going to pick my ferrets now. And here are the ones that I chose. The very first ferret that I chose was Levi. He is on tree number 4. And it says, Levi is an 7 to 8 year old baby that is very laid back. He loves giving kisses. He loves greeting and befriending all the new babies that come into the sanctuary. He also enjoys hanging out with his brothers and sisters and simply jumping around and playing with the types of mobiles you would put over top of a baby crib or stroller, which is a great idea. Just keep that like side note as like great enrichment or just something for your ferrets to do. He says that he really likes the ones that have jingles or teethers on them. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. It says that he would love to have some of those for Christmas and that his shelter mommy could use some cleaning supplies to be able to clean out their playroom. And then it gives a list of the places that you can, like what they need and where you can get it from. You can also donate to a lot of these shelters' vets directly. So that way, if they need anything for these ferrets, a lot of them get implants and lots of vet visits. And that stuff is so expensive. So if you didn't want to give like tangible physical gifts, you could give money too. So that's an option. So I picked Levi. And the next ferret I kind of went all the way to the other end of the tree. So I went to number 31, tree number 31, and I picked Matilda. I just really think the name is cute. It says, Santa, I'm so excited to be here at the rescue with my bestie Tulip. We were shoved in a box and someone found us in a parking lot. And then basically it goes on to say that when they found these ferrets in the parking lot, that this little ferret had lost her coat, all her fur. And that now that she's at the shelter, her fur is back and that she's doing much, much better. And that she really, really loves packing peanuts and tunnels. And she's super happy. Also with this ferret, she's from West Coast Ferrets. And what you can do is you can get her stuff off of Amazon. And they have like what's called an Amazon Smile account. And the way that this basically works is, let's say that I go into my Amazon account and I say, okay, I want to pick this ferret rescue to donate to. Anytime that I purchase anything for my ferrets until I remove that shelter as my donation, 5% of that goes to this a small like percentage of the money that Amazon makes from my purchase goes to this ferret rescue. So in addition to buying the items on their list, you can kind of continue to donate all year round by just buying things that you buy regularly off of Amazon. Not all rescues have this, but some do, and it's pretty cool. This is one of those ways where the gifting just kind of continues on and on if you choose to do it that way. And there's lots and lots of charities that you can link to your Amazon accounts that do this same thing. So that's pretty cool. So Matilda is my second ferret. And then I am also going to pick Aries. And the way that I got Aries is you can go to the homepage and hit the drop down, and then you can pick from a shelter based on the shelter's name. So I picked from a shelter called Second Chance Duke's Ferret Rescue. So this is Aries. This is kind of a sad story, but here's another reason that ferrets end up in shelters. It says Aries was a very angry ferret for a really long time. He bounced around in 3 homes in less than a month. He lived his first year as a college pet in a fraternity. He was put on Craigslist around a year old, and the person that took him off of Craigslist only had him for a couple of weeks before she came in and gave him to the shelter because he was really bad at biting. It says that it took them lots of time and energy and tears and blood and all this to get the ferret to kind of calm down and not be as aggressive. It says that on occasion he still will revert back to his old ways, particularly with men. He doesn't like men. But that all in all, he's a much better boy than he used to be. And that he'll basically probably never he'll never really be out of the shelter, because these are the ferrets that basically will spend the rest of their lives in shelters because they're just not adoptable. And the chance of giving them to someone else is just too high that they would end up not being able to stay there forever. So it's easier just to keep them in the shelter where they're loved and taken care of for the rest of their lives. It basically goes on to tell you all the favorite things that he likes. what they need, and then where you can purchase it. And then it also says here that this ferret rescue, they currently have 35 ferrets, with 16 considered unadoptable due to illness, age, or aggression, and a couple groups of 4 that will probably be impossible to place in a forever home. Every ferret is made to feel special, beyond loved, and the highest quality of everything. Even with funds always stretched tight, this particular shelter owner sews all of their bedding to support their needs and all of their stuff. So this is one of those places that sells. She sews just like I sew or other people sew, and she sells the items, except her proceeds go to benefit the rescue. They have an Etsy shop. And what's really neat about this is, let's say that I want to buy my other ferrets that I picked to be Santa for something from Etsy, like a tunnel or some cage liners or whatever. I could go to Second Chance Duke Ferret Rescue's Etsy shop, buy that items, ship it to the other shelter, and in that whole process, I am giving money to Second Chance Duke's Ferret Rescue, because all the proceeds from their Esties goes to their ferrets. And then at the same time, I'm gifting my other ferret gifts that they need for their ferrets. So it's really, really cool. It's like a full circle thing. And that is one of the reasons that I love the Ferret Giving Tree.
So I think that you can actually, it's 3 per shelter. I know I'm going to go into holiday debt because of this, but I don't really care, because I think that stuff like this is worth it. So apparently the other 2 ferrets on this tree, Andy and Sugar, are not from like the same shelter that Milo, Lucy, and Kenai are from. So I think I'm gonna do them too. So Andy says that Andy is a day-by-day boy. Will he play or just relax? He is the only boy of 4 in a group of girls. His mom always finds him digging who knows where in a dig box or curled up in a blanket. He's a ladies' man. Oh, and then he has an Amazon wish list. Okay, perfect. And then Sugar, I believe, it's a beautiful girl that has insulinoma. Her mom, she has insulinoma. So does my Jinxie. She loves to give kisses, cuddle, and blankets. And Isabella, Gucci. I don't know, squishy bed. For Christmas, she would love to have her very own squishy bed with a blanket, some glucose gel just in case of a seizure, and some urgent care canned food available at any vet. Please send her presents to this address. And she has an Amazon wishlist too. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna do Sugar, and I'm going to do Andy as well. I'm gonna do 5 ferrets from this tree. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I got my little weenies for the holidays. I can't wait to spoil them.
All right, so it looks like Sam's gonna do 5 ferrets. That is freaking awesome. I'm gonna do 3 at least for now. I may add to it. It depends. I want to really kind of go big for the ones that I picked, and I also have like a ton of animals at my house, just saying, that suck up like all my money. That's why I now have taken on like all these side jobs, just so I can give them all the things they want. Anyway, so I'm also going to be doing another video, and hopefully with Sam. I'm thinking that she'll do this with me, and we're going to do a video where we pick out all of the gifts for these Santa ferrets that we picked. So this is going to be really exciting too. Yeah, I'm going to see if Sam has anything else that she wants to add before we wrap the video up. And if you can help now, please, please, please feel free to click on the links in the description of this video and check out the Ferret Giving Tree. You don't have to go crazy and big and buy giant, enormous amounts of things. Really, anything helps. Anything helps.
So as important as it is to try and donate and help out shelters during the holidays, it is honestly equally as important, just because there might be a little bit more going on during like the holiday season. It's equally as important to try and help out year round. So for example, you could call up your local animal shelter and see just what they need. Chances are they are probably always accepting like food donations, bedding, like blankets, things like that. I know where I live, you have to be at least 18 to work at a shelter, but I'm pretty sure you can start volunteering as young as like 14. And a lot of shelters always need volunteers and just donations and things like that. So if you're looking for ways to help out in your local area and just you want to help out animals in general, I highly recommend volunteering at a shelter. I've done it, and I've also known many people that work at shelters, and it's hard at times, but it's definitely very, very rewarding. Okay, once again, thank you so much for having me on your channel. I had so much fun. This whole collaboration, I had a lot of fun. In general, please, everybody that is subscribed to either of us, I imagine that you are probably animal lovers. I would hope so, or else, why else would you watch our videos? So please, please, please try to help out in any way that you can this holiday season and just year round. Call up your shelter, sponsor like Ferret from the Ferret Giving Tree. Just help out in any way that you can. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, Ferret Tales. Thank you, Sarah. You are the best, and I love every single one of you. Okay, happy holidays. Bye.
All right, you guys, so I think that wraps it up. I will be putting links in the description of this video to the Giving Tree, to, I will try to put links to a lot of the ferret shelters or to a list of ferret shelters as well. And anything else that I talked about that's in this video, there will be links in my description. In addition, I want to say thank you so much to Sam for doing collaborations with me. I had a blast. It was so much fun. I'm really looking forward to doing another one here shortly so we can go shopping. I think I've said that like 6 times. But anyway, if you guys like this video, please click the like button. If you are not subscribed, please do so. Please then head over to Sam's channel and check out her videos because she is awesome and has some really cool videos and some adorable ferrets. So thank you guys again. Thank you, Sam, again. If you guys can help in any way, please do so, not just at Christmas, but year round. And have a great holiday.